And now it's time for the base mission. And boy, do I have a terrible story right now. I first recorded the video and did not have my mic, the right mic, turned on. Therefore, there was no commentary. So I'm like, well, I'll just do the commentary and while I watch the video to compensate for it. I don't like doing that. So I tried recording it that way. And, well, I forgot to hit the start recording button. So all that was lost. So I'm pretty much a failure. But here we are. I'm equipping my operatives right now. Mr. Fat Puncher, who has terrible time units, but I did not remember that, so I gave him a heavy plasma anyway. And giving the high explosives, which will probably be crucial in the base mission because of the control room. The aliens are up in this second level floor that you use a lift, gravity lift elevator to get up to. And usually I send something called the blaster bomb in there with a blaster bomb launcher, but I obviously don't have that technology, so I will be having to send an operative up there. And there's usually so many aliens that they just reaction shot you to death in no time. So it's going to be really hard to get up in there, get that high explosive, and hopefully kill them all. And that depends what race it is. If it's mutants, then they resist explosives and it's going to be really hard. But then again, the good thing about mutants, there are no mind control going on with, say, ethereals or sectoids. And you have the snake men, which have the chrysalid, which is a nightmare. The thing walks around super fast with insane time units and basically plants its eggs into your soldiers and turns them into chrysalids. So you have to kill those things fast. And then you got to usually have to kill a soldier or two that has been impregnated so they don't turn. It's a terrible situation to be in. Other than that, snake men are pretty easy. Floaters are really easy on the base because, well, they don't have much flying opportunity in bases and no mind control abilities. But here we are in the base. There's the access lift where I come in. Looks like I'm at two different access lifts, pretty much divided in half. Of course, it's random every base, so you never know where you're going. But the base always has at least one control room. You just don't know where it is and what's in it. Usually, though, in the top floor of the control room is always a leader or a commander or a navigator. Some important alien that's worth taking alive. And I was going to bring a stun rod, but I figured that this is going to be super hard and I have no business bringing a stun rod and trying it because it's going to be hard enough just to kill the aliens. Because the base will typically have anywhere from 12 to 16, and it even seems like I've seen 22 aliens before. I could be wrong. And the aliens are random too. You don't know how many you're going to get, but in general, that's what you see. Female Bob Barker. Isaac, pretty solid soldier. Wish I would have given him a heavy plasma. It's one thing that annoys me about the equip menu. You can't check your soldiers' stats. Just remind yourself what they're good with. Basically, I'm just positioning them in the hallways so I can want to send them in groups of 2 where they can support each other. John Rambo's probably the best guy I got in terms of stats. Those little rooms there with like the fungus growing. So many bad memories of trying to kill things in there because they're fairly dark and stuff can hide in there pretty well. Fat Face with high explosives and Mr. Fat Puncher. Mr. Fat Puncher should probably punch Fat Face in the face. And right off there to the upper left or upper right, you can see the control room. So I've found that already, and basically my operatives are surrounding it, which is very advantageous for me. And there goes Fat Face, who should not have a heavy plasma because he may have to blow himself up. Another thing I should have considered was bringing more weapons because my heavy plasmas do not have extra clips. I think I had 4 heavy plasmas and 4 clips. So there's a huge possibility I could run out of ammunition because there's going to be some firefights going on if I live. I'm going to get low on ammunition. So the plan is to check corpses for clips. Because if you kill an alien, you can take what's on their body. It doesn't necessarily mean you can use it. If you find something you haven't researched yet, then you cannot use it. But if it's something like a heavy plasma clip, which I've researched, I will take it and I will use it. Alright, Isaac. Checking the halls. I have to take this base really slow, because if I make just a little mistake, it could cost me the whole mission. And since I'm doing this hardcore, it would cost me the whole game. But if I do take out this base, then my funding should go right back up, hopefully. Then I can get heavy plasma cannons for my ship and hopefully take out larges before they can do terror missions and build bases. Oh, Chubby. Sergeant Chubby Snuggles. Time units are a little weak, otherwise he's a pretty solid soldier. Female Bob. Too dangerous to stop him anywhere, but right next to Chubby Snuggles. Don't want to leave your operative just in an open hallway and let an alien walk by and like, oh look, somebody to shoot. Decided to prime Mrs. Fat Puncher's grenade. That way it's ready. I just have to remember to keep other operatives at a distance, because if she dies, then a grenade will explode, killing anything around it, or at least wounding them. So there's a look at the inner chambers of the control room there. That window has been a hot spot in the past for conflict, because you walk by an alien and shoot you. I can remember having like 5 or 6 corpses by a window. Windows are dangerous in this game. Everything's dangerous in XCOM. Your soldiers are so fragile. That's what really makes this game intense. And it's really realistic in the sense that if you're shot, you're probably not going to live. If you do, you're probably fatally wounded. And you're going to die soon. If your soldier gets wounded and survives, they're usually out for days, like 60 plus days recovering, and you can't use them. But if a soldier gets wounded and survives, it's a good feeling. It really is. Like, I was shot and I survived. Another interesting thing I've had happen is when my base is attacked and I'm defending my base and I have soldiers that have been wounded, they just grab a pistol and then they're still wounded when you're using them in combat. I just think that's really cool. It's like the base is under attack, you don't have time to be laying in the medical ward. Longer turns since this is a larger mission. Should get quite a bit of Illyrium too if I complete this. So at this point I still do not know what I'm facing in terms of aliens, what race. But what I'm trying to do is I'm planning on shooting a hole in this back wall here of the control room and sneaking my troops in. So I'm trying that with Mrs. Fat Puncher, but I failed. And I think that's because my plasma rifle is just not powerful enough to shoot through those panels. Which means I need somebody with a heavy plasma to do that. Chubby Snuggles moves around the corner. And whoa, what do I see? A cyber disc. And these things are extremely nasty. And they're in the new game, so I'm so happy. But yeah, these things are armored well, usually take heavy plasma. It should be about 2-3 shots. Using a basic weapon like a rifle, you can expect a very long firefight and probable not surviving. So Chubby has enough time units to take 3 shots here. Now when a cyber disc dies, they tend to explode, destroying everything around them. So I think I shot him there, but I'm not so sure. Nonetheless, he survived. I tried to retreat, but with only 4 time units, I can only take 1 step. So Chubby Snuggles is in a very bad predicament right now, and has a very high probability of death. As female Bob Barker, I wasn't confident enough that her time units would be sufficient. Because what happens if I miss with female Bob Barker down there, then I'm just standing in the open. And even if I destroyed him there with her, he, whatever, he's gonna explode and he may be killed. So I opt to just wait there and hopefully the cyber disc does not advance. I'm scanning now to see if anybody can help old Chubby Snuggles and female Bob Barker. I decide everybody's just too far away, so I continue moving Mr. Fat Puncher and Fat Face to get them positioned to enter the control room and deal with them. See, this wasn't a very good move here, because that cyber disk advances toward my troops, then I have basically a living bomb close to me. So I should have probably waited to move Mr. Fat Puncher, but I didn't. John Rambo's just chilling up against that wall, watching those hallways to make sure nothing sneaks up on me, while my other operatives are storming the control room. Isaac, solid soldier. He should be carrying a heavy plasma. He's a rookie too. He needs some action. He needs to prove himself this mission. So I decided there's nothing else I can do and end the turn and pray the cyber disk doesn't annihilate me. Just love the art style, the background, the music, everything's just awesome. So here we are, and Mr. Cyberdisk did not come this way, so I'm a little bit scared. Now I see a sectoid through the window, and decide it's probably better to continue after the cyberdisk, but stepping out here could be my death, because I don't know if it's facing me waiting. I step out and I survive, and there's a cyberdisk. I'm pretty excited because the cyberdisk is close to the sectoid, which means if I destroy the cyberdisk, it will explode and hopefully take out the sectoid too. So I have enough time units to do 2 rounds of auto shots, which would be 6 shots total. So you miss, hit, and a miss. 3 more shots. Right over it. Hit. It dies. And boom. Unfortunately, the walls are stronger than I remember, and Mr. Sectoid is completely shielded. Now, Chubby's out here in the open, which isn't the greatest thing. Sectoid may destroy him, but I am happy now that I've actually recorded this properly, and I will be continuing the video, so stay tuned.